Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Keith Stark, and I am the pastor of Exmouth Christian Fellowship Church, which is that one right over there. Helping me tonight will be Frank Nickel, the minister at the Anglican Church, and members of both churches, and musicians from all over our Exmouth community. So we are so glad that you chose to join us in singing in the Christmas season. Not only are you absolutely encouraged to sing along with us, we have a tradition of the kids dancing up here in front. Now, we do not put an age limit on who's considered kids, so if you want to join them, you just come right up and dance your heart out. Nothing would make us happier than for you to enjoy yourself completely this evening. One thing we do ask, though, and we want to make sure of, is that everybody remains safe. First, please notice that behind me there is traffic on this road. With that in mind, and of course, for the sake of respecting everyone who attends, we ask that you stay aware of where your children are at all times, and be ready to ensure that they do not hurt themselves or others. Also, please make sure that everyone in your family respects any barrier that has been erected, no matter how fancy it might look, and remains respectful of decorations and props. If someone in your family does get hurt and needs medical attention, please notice the ambulance right over there at the back of the park. If all you need is running water, there are bathrooms located where I am pointing. While our attention, though, is focused towards the back of the park, let me just say, how awesome is it that we had people providing food and drink back here? That's awesome. Thank you so much for those of you who have made food and drink available for this event. If you have not purchased anything yet, you have still time, but not much. The stalls will only be open for 15 more minutes, so get the food while you can. You'll just go hungry if you don't. Speaking of food, we have an opportunity this weekend and throughout Monday that is really special. Not everyone has as much food as they need. And during this time of year, when we all really are trying to do special things for our families, it can be even harder. If you, like me, honestly can afford a little bit more than you really need, would you please consider contributing non-perishable food to the Centacare food hamper this year? There's a contribution box available under our Christmas tree tonight. It's the blue plastic box. There will be a collection box at the pool to my right all day tomorrow, and you could also go to the community Christmas tree at the Ningaloo Center to make your donation. Please consider how you can make a brighter Christmas for someone else this year with your cheerful gift. You see what I did there with the gift thing? That's the theme of tonight, is gift. So please join us now as we spend an evening celebrating the very best gift ever given.
And mercy by your God is here. Good evening, Sunny. How good has the music team been so far?
Awesome.
They have been awesome. A very big thank you to Isla and Lexi who just sung that great number for us as well. Weren't they good?
Yeah.
Okay. Sunny, do you know what the theme of tonight's Christmas Carol service is?
Gifts?
Gifts. It is gifts. Sunny, if you could get any gift this Christmas, what would you want?
A puppy.
A puppy. Well, I don't know that I can promise that there is a puppy in that box, but can I assure you we put lots of pressure on your mum and dad now. Okay, they know what you want. Mum and dad, you've heard it here first. Maybe first, I'm not sure. Sunny, you've got a gift. The theme is gifts. How about you open your gift for us tonight? Keep going. Oh, Sunny, pull it out. What have you got? Tell us what you have.
Water balloons, a beanie bird, and colouring chalk.
Is that an all right gift for us asking you to come up on stage?
Yes.
Okay, I think your brother might want the water bombs, but tell him no. And that really leads into my question. We've got one important question for you tonight, Sunny. When you get given a gift, who owns the gift?
Me?
You own the gift. So if I say, please, can I have the Beanie Boo? What are you going to say?
No.
Whose gift is it?
Mine?
What if Kai says, please, can I take the water bombs to school?
No.
No, you tell him no, because whose gift is it?
Mine.
It's your gift, Sunny. That's going to help Mr. Keith later on this evening. Thanks heaps, Sunny.
I've heard about this baby boy who's come to earth to bring us joy, and I just wanna sing this song to you. It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift. With every breath I'm singing hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Good evening, Tim.
Good evening.
How's Carol's treating you tonight?
So good so far.
It's always got to be good when you're holding a present that's as big as this, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. Tim, what I want to know from you tonight is, have you given any presents so far this year?
Yeah, to some uncles, aunties, grandparents.
You are very prepared, that's what I would say so far, Tim. My another question for you is, have you got your mum's presents sorted this year?
Yes.
You have? I don't want you to tell us what it is, but can I just suggest that if you've got any backup presents, your dad's probably looking for hints, because dads always struggle to know what to get their wives.
Okay.
Okay, trust me on that one. Tim, I think we just cut to the chase. How about you open your gift? I think if you just lift the lid, it'll come apart. Tell us what you've got, Tim.
I've got a kite. And I've got a surfer dude thing.
Sweet, that'll go really well at Waberry.
And I've got some water balloons.
More water bombs. I love the Christmas water bomb fight. Okay, here's my question for you tonight, Tim. This is about gifts. This will help Mr. Keith later on. What I want to know is, when you get a present, who pays for it?
I'm the person that gives the present.
The person that gives the present. So, did you pay for this present?
No.
Do you know who paid for this present?
No.
I don't know who paid for this present. What should we say to the person who paid for this present?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for whoever paid for that present. We don't know who it is, but we know that the person who gives the gift pays for the gift. Thanks, Tim.
That's okay.
Thanks, Carol team.
Exmouth School Choir, if you could please make your way, if you haven't already, to the side of the stage. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. May your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
District High School School Choir now to come and do a couple of songs for us.
Are we ready?
Christmas.
going to do one together with the school choir. All choirs together.
Them old familiar carols play, and mild and sweet their songs repeat, of peace on earth, goodwill to men, and the bells are ringing like the choir singing. And in my heart
Good evening, Neve.
Good evening.
They were some sweet choir tunes there. How long have you been in the choir for?
Since year 4.
Well, thank you very much for all the years, really, of choir training you've put in, and thank you very much to Mr. Blackburn for all the effort he puts into junior and older choirs as well. Neve, we're on about gifts tonight. We're on about presents. Who's on your gift-giving list this evening or this year?
Friends, mum and dad, family.
When we rehearsed this, you didn't say mum and dad. You said it more ochre. You said it in a more slang way. You didn't say mum and dad. You used their names.
Jules and Wazza.
Jules and Wazza, you're on the list. Anyone else on the list?
Teachers.
Teachers. She didn't say that in rehearsal. Anyone else? What about like mini versions of yourself? Havana, you made the list. It's okay. Okay, we're learning about gifts, Neve. So we had a few little tips on gifts. You don't buy them yourself, someone else pays for them. You own them when they're yours. I want to ask you tonight, like, why are these people on your list? Why do you give gifts?
Because I love them and I'm very thankful for what they do and they support me.
Oh, that's nice. But that's what we're looking for. We give gifts because we love people, so we give them a gift. Neve, we love you tonight. Collectively, the whole community. We've got a present for you. Why don't you open it for us? Just lift the lid. This one looks different. You have a parrot beanie boo. What else?
A bag.
I'm hearing look in it. I hope it's not a vanilla slice from the bakery because that'd be all squished.
A receipt.
A receipt? Okay, you know how much it costs?
I got a beautiful necklace with a towel on it.
Ah, sweet. Well, thank you very much, Neve. Thanks for coming up the front. We love you, so we gave you a gift. Cheers.
Long time ago.
I was just too old to read it that far away. I had to bring it up. Didn't Frank do a good job with the kids up here? That was fantastic. It is great to watch children open gifts. I know for our family, it's really an essential part of Christmas. Not getting a bunch of stuff that I probably could have bought for myself, but in watching the joy of the people we love as they open the gifts that we have given them. So what is it about gifts to make them so wonderful? Well, it starts with the fact that we didn't have to pay for them. I am so stingy. I honestly feel quite guilty sometimes about buying something I want when I know it could be used by the family instead. And gifts have actual value, don't they? I don't know about you, but I'm extremely skeptical about free stuff. Free stuff, there's always a catch, or where the thing turns out to be cheap, or worthless, or gimmicky. But when my family buys me something, it has quality and value. And there's nothing I can do except humbly accept it. But let's be honest, it isn't just about it being free, it's also about it being mine. We have a special rule about gifts in our house. Nobody gets to touch somebody else's gift until the person who received it gets to kind of break it in first. There is nothing worse than getting a brand new gift and having someone else wreck it in the first day. It's horrible. Oftentimes we hold on to gifts much more tightly than something we bought for ourselves. Our sense of ownership with gifts is enhanced. This is my shirt that my grandmother gave me, or this is my fishing rod that my dad gave me. We know these things belong to us, and we know it because of the word of the person who put it in our hands. So why the greater emotional attachment to gifts? Isn't it because of the love and care of the person who gave it to us? Not only that, the gift itself becomes part of our memory of the person. It comes to represent them. If I buy something, I might become bored with it within just a few months. But if somebody special gave it to me, it might become something I keep for the rest of my life. Gifts can be far more meaningful than simply their financial value. In fact, I don't know if you've ever heard of the 5 love language, but many people really do feel loved through gifts. And before you go saying, well, that sounds really selfish, you might be interested to know that God himself shows and receives love through gifts. In the story of Jesus told by his friend Matthew, we read that Jesus said, "And if you hard-hearted men know how to give good gifts to your children, won't your Father in heaven even more certainly give good gifts to those who ask for them?" I have to tell you, God gives the very best gifts. He gives gifts more incredible than anyone else gives, gifts that would absolutely amaze you. But the very best gift that he gave is the reason that we're celebrating Christmas. In the story of Jesus, written by his friend John, we read, "For God loved the world so much that he gave a gift, his only Son, so that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life." Maybe you've never thought of it before, but the day we celebrate this month, Christmas, is made up of 2 words. Christ, that's, Jesus Christ, and Mass, that's a religious gathering. It's about getting together to worship and be thankful because God gave us Jesus. That's the reason we are celebrating with you right now. There are people here tonight who have received God's gift, and there are people here who have not. Here's the thing though, I don't know why you would ever want to leave this gift under the tree, so to speak. God offers the gift of life forever with him. The cost is his. not ours. And it's ours to keep forever, and he is offering it because of his incredible love for us. If you want to know more about how to have God's gift, please come see me or Frank, or attend either one of our churches on any Sunday morning at 9 o'clock to hear more about how God really does love you. Merry Christmas. I hope the gifts you received this year are truly extraordinary.
Check 1, 2. Is that time you've all been waiting for, kids, where you get to get a bit of energy out by coming to the front and singing and dancing with me and my lovely assistant. Come over closer to me, darling. Joanne. Now, kids, heaps of you have heard this song at school, and some of you little ones who haven't, there's some very simple actions that go with it.
I think this is the one.
And Joe's going to demonstrate them. This is what we're going to do. Its song is called On That Very First Christmas. And Joe's going to demonstrate the action. So, Joanne, it goes like this. Mary and Joseph go to Bethlehem. And it'll go Bethlehem, Bethlehem. And you just keep repeating. And then we go, on that very first Christmas. And then it is the baby Jesus born that night. On that very first Christmas, the wise men come to worship him. On that very first Christmas, the shepherds know that the king is born. This is simple, but it'll be fun. On that very first Christmas, and the angels singing, glory to God. So we'll be up here dancing our little hearts off. You guys dance your little hearts out down there. This is good fun. If you don't know how to dance, I don't know what I'm going to do in the little musical interludes, but I'm walking on the spot, star jumping. I don't know, people do this. I can't. Let's hit it.
Him. The shepherds told that the king is born. The angels singing glory to God. On that very first Christmas.
I'm pretty sure there's still singing to come, but kids, if you would like to form an orderly line, there are some angels who are distributing some gifts that I think you'd like.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? On Christmas Day, a Joey kangaroo was far from home and lost in a great big zoo.
Mummy, where's my mummy? They've taken her away.
We'll help you find your mummy, son. Hop up on the sleigh.
So up beside the bag of toys, little Joey hoped, but the attic gone now returned to snow. On Holland for the reindeer, and Joey wondered why. Then he heard a far off booming in the sky. 6, 5, 7, now I'm the man, racing Santa Claus to the blazing sun. 6, 5, 7, now I'm the man, on his Australian run. The creature from Santa began to feel the heat. He took his fur-lined boots off with golden fleece, and each one of Joey's feeling quite okay, while those old man kangaroos kept pulling on the sleigh. 6, 5, 7, now I'm the man, racing Santa Claus to the blazing sun. 5, 7, now I'm the man, on his Australian run. Then Joey said to Santa,
Santa, what about the toys? Aren't you giving some to these girls and boys?
Well, they've all had their presents, son. We were here last night. This trip is an extra trip. Joey, special flight.
6, 5, 7, now I'm the man, racing Santa Claus to the blazing
Ho,
sun.
ho, 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 ho.
5, 7, now I'm the man, on his Australian run. Versteeg sleigh was flashing past right over Mama Bar.
Slow down now.
Hi Santa.
It can't be far. Hop up on my lap here, son, and take a look around.
There she is. That's my mummy, bounding up and down.
6, 5, 7, now I'm the man, racing Santa Claus to the blazing
Ho,
sun.
ho, 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 ho.
5, 7, now I'm the man, on his Australian run. Well, that's the bestest Christmas treat that Joey ever had. Turn up in his mother's pouch, snug and glad. The last place when Santa getting off was from the start. The only even gooder was the double done. 6, 5, 7, now I'm the man, racing Santa Claus to the blazing
Ho,
sun.
ho, ho, ho.
5, 7, now I'm the man, on his Australian run. 6, 5, 7, now I'm the man, racing Santa Claus to the blazing
Ho,
sun.
ho, ho, ho,
6, 5, 7, now I'm the man, on his Australian run. You better watch out, better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Keeping millions, checking his price. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Carol's night. We want to just thank you guys for coming out and celebrating Christmas in Exmouth with us at Carol's 2018. And so many people make this event successful. So many people. So we want to thank each and every one of you, and we want to thank the local businesses in town. We have got a thank you slide at the end for businesses, but we do want to make mention of Exmouth Home Hardware because they came to our rescue this morning when we were setting up. So a big thank you to those guys for their donation this morning to help us. This town is amazingly generous in the way it supports local events and things that are happening. So we're proud to be from Exmouth, aren't we? So we're going to finish with just a little collection of songs, and we hope you have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2019.
Joy to the world. Let
bits and pieces in the dark. So thanks, guys. We really appreciate you coming out again. Have a Merry Christmas.